gambling goose cast. It's the gambling goose cast. It's the gambling goose cast. It's the gambling goose cast. If you're a sports fan and wanna bet, this is the right place. Just write your picks on the internet, and I'll put them all together in one parlay. Put it in the books, yeah.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Gambling Goosecast. Well, episode 3 went a little bit better than episode 2, but in the end we still lost again because I'm terrible. I don't know how to gamble. And I don't know how long this is going to last because people are just going to completely stop listening. But whatever. Let's recap last week's bet. Bet 1 was US to win the Ryder Cup at 135. I got that bet from the Twitter user Tim O'Neill. Well, US played terrible all weekend. They couldn't make a putt to save their lives. Brooks Koepka almost murdered a lady. Her eyeball exploded or something. I don't know. I think she's blind in one eye now. Whew, that's rough. The match wasn't even close. 0-1 to start the parlay. Oh, and by the way, Ian Poulter, you are the cringiest douchebag I've ever seen in my entire life. I hope you get food poisoning while being stuck in traffic, you dork. Bet 2. Musasi to beat Rory McDonald at minus 250 at Bellator 206. Hey, I finally got a pick right for once. This fight was brutal. It looked like a murder scene. Gegard hit Rory with probably, 50, 60 elbows. Fight ended in the second round. He was just too big for Rory, like I thought. And now Rory has a broken nose and might get kicked out of the welterweight tournament. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. But that makes it 1-1 in the parlay. Hey, we didn't go over on this one. Bet 3, the Bill Aaron's pick, Miami Dolphins against the New England Patriots. Now, I'll have to admit, I thought this was a decent pick too. And the Patriots came out and murdered the Dolphins 38-7. Tom Brady fucks up another parlay. I don't know why I bet against him. Point proven, Tom. 1-2. Bet 4, Tennessee Titans plus 4 against the Eagles at minus 115. Tyler Hines hit the nail on the head on this bet. Titans won 26-23 in an overtime thriller. So that improves his record to 1-1. And this parlay to 2-2 for last week. And the final bet was Gus Sr.'s lock of the week. Seattle Seahawks minus 3 against the Cardinals at minus 130. Well, he didn't win or lose. He pushed. They won exactly by 3. Seattle won 20-17. It was a pretty ugly game. Both offenses are rotten right now. I don't know what's going on with the Seahawks. Doug Baldwin was back. I thought that would help a little bit, but apparently not. So Gus's record is 1-1-1 now. And that finishes the parlay at 2-2-1, making my record 0-23 because I am terrible. So this week, I'm going to change up the way I'm doing these picks. I'm still going to do 5 picks a week, but I'm going to split it up into 2 parlays. And I'm also going to bet $5 on each single bet, so maybe I can make a little bit of money doing this. The streak has to end. Maybe if I do 2 parlays a week at lower amounts, eventually I'm going to win one. So let's try it out. So bet 1. We got a call in from Bob from Minnesota. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey, it's the Gambling Goose. This here is Bob. I've been following your podcast for a couple of weeks, and man, your advice is shitty, man. I've been going from living check to check to bouncing check to check. So we got to straighten this shit out, man. Seriously, this is fucked up. So here's the pick this week. I got it from a good source. I'm not going to go into analytics and cybermetrics, this and that. Packers are -1.5 at Detroit. I can't believe I'm actually going to be betting on Detroit. The Motor City Kitties, they're fucking horrible. But, you know, if you're going to take advice from this guy named Tim that's going to, you know, say the U.S. is a lock on the Ryder Cup, and they just got blown out of the water, and then this fucking moron named Bill, you know, thought that Miami against New England last week, and when I checked the score, it was like 38-0 New England. I'm like, oh, that's a smart fucking pick. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet because this podcast can be a little bit long from time to time, but yeah, I think Detroit's going to cover. I think I'd take Detroit on the money line. And if my kid had a college fund, I'd probably bet it on it, but I don't. So, yeah, Detroit all the way. So, that's all I got. And hey, us guys listening, I don't know. Hopefully you didn't get too many more MMA, picks on here because half us people, we got like, who the fuck is this guy? We have no idea who they are. So, but anyway, good luck, and I'll keep listening. Talk to you later. Bye.
Wow, Bob. Shots fired. You sound pretty confident for a guy who only has one pick on this podcast. So you're 0-0 right now. Throwing fire at everyone. Especially Bill from last week. And about the MMA picks, they're not going to stop. You're not going to tell me how to run this podcast. So with all due respect, Bob, go fuck yourself. But I do like the pick. Lions, money line, even odds. Put it in the books. Bet 2. We go to YouTube from the YouTube user Minnesota Beast. Let's hear what he has to say.
The Denver Broncos. They're a 2-2 team going in to play the New York Jets, which are a 1-3 team. I have my cheat notes here. The Denver Broncos are the underdog in this game at a +1. The New York Jets are at a -1. I'm telling you, I'm taking the Denver Broncos is a straight up win with the +1.
Hello again, Bill.
So yeah, the Denver is not +1 anymore. They're -1. And I'm still making that bet because in my opinion, there's no way Denver loses this game. Darnold is terrible. He's not an elite, let alone a decent quarterback, and he never will be. Let's be honest here. He has an enormous head. I don't know how his helmet fits on it. I mean, that's beside the point. I guess you don't need a small head to be a quarterback, but he's terrible. So Denver, -1, -105. Put it in the books. Bet 3. This one's for Bob. This is the MMA pick of the week. UFC 229's coming. It's Khabib versus McGregor. It's going to be a crazy fight, but I will not touch that main event. The fight I'm betting on is Ovince St. Preux fighting Dominic Reyes. Ovince is the underdog here to the up-and-coming Reyes. Reyes has had 3 straight first-round finishes in the UFC. The problem is his best win is against Jared Cannonier, who's a journeyman. Ovince is solid everywhere and has more UFC fights than all 3 of Reyes' opponents combined. So based on experience, I'm taking Ovince at +175. Put it in the books. Bet 4. We got Tyler Hines calling it again. His record's now 1-1. Let's hear his pick.
Bill, this week I looked at the games early on, and there was nothing that I particularly fell in love with as far as spreads and points or anything like that. I faded the Lions-Packers game. being that I'm a Lions fan, I just wanted to stay away from that, although I do like the Lions money line in that action. But looking at what the public was super aggressive on is the Steelers-Falcons over. Everyone is certain with that game that it's going to go. The game opened at 58. It was one of the highest implied point totals. It was the highest implied point total of the week and one of the highest of the season so far. And there was actually, across some platforms, there was a reverse line movement insinuating that, you know, Sharps, Vegas, somebody thinks that they're going to be on the right way of this, because with overwhelming percentage, people have been hammering the over. And so for my pick of the week, I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to go against the grain on this one. Some of these games that chalk themselves up as just offensive catastrophic shootouts kind of end up being one of these, like these games are kind of trap games sometimes. They end up being duds, and, you know, you get a 13-13 score going into the half. Neither of these teams have a defense. Both of them are an offensive explosion, but I really think something's going to happen where this game somehow stays under. So that is my pick of the week. The under on Bovada, 57.5. Steelers-Falcons.
You heard it here first. Hammer the under. 58 minus 110. Put it in the books. Let's make his record 2-1. Thanks again, Tyler, for calling. Bet 5, Gus Senior's lock of the week. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, this is Gus Senior again. I guess we're in week 4. I'm currently sitting at 1-1-1 after last week's push. So basically, if I was betting $100 a week, I'd be down $10 the juice on week 2. Anyway, this week I like KC at home -3 to Jacksonville. I know Jacksonville has the number 1 defense, but KC's train's going to keep rolling. I think that offense is the real deal. They got speed everywhere. Sure, Mahomes might come back to earth, but he's still, proven he's a pretty good quarterback. Now Jacksonville, on the other hand, Fournette's out again. I know Bortles is playing well, but I don't know why. I just think Andy Reid's going to find a way to beat Jacksonville, especially at home. On the road, I would probably go the other way. So anyway, and I know Gambling Goose was talking about going half points instead of even. I don't know if he's going to do that this week. I'm saying -3. Maybe he's going to put it at 3.5 or 2.5. I don't know. So we don't have any pushes. But that's my pick this week. Do I feel good about it? I never feel good about it, But sometimes these games are like flipping a coin. So anyway, everybody have a great week, and let's see what happens.
No, Gus, you have a great weekend, and thanks for your pick. But we're going to keep it at -3. We won't get a half point in either way. I'm pretty confident in this pick, so we're going to stick with Chiefs -3 at +100. Put it in the books. Now, we'll do the first parlay that I chose for this. We started with Chiefs -3 at +100, Denver -1 at -105, and then the Lions money line at even odds. Bet 15 to win $102.14. The second bet was Ovent St. Preux at +175. And then the Falcons Steelers under 58 at -110. I bet $10 to win $42.50. Now, these wins would be much smaller than my previous parlays, but what's the difference? I don't win those. So maybe I can end this god-awful streak. I don't know. I'm burning money at this point. It makes no sense. So that ends the podcast for this week. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, and YouTube. And if you got your own lock of the week, call the hotline at 715-256-7840. That's 715-256-7840. So that recaps the podcast.